All right, so we're going to do a deep dive today, and it's going to be, I think, a fun one. We're going to Italy. Well, kind of, at least in our imaginations, right?
That's good to me.
So we've got this top 10 list, the best places to visit in Italy, supposedly.
Oh, the best, huh? Bold statement.
Right. These things are always subjective,
Of course, yeah. Everyone's got their own favorites.
but I figured there's got to be some reason, right? Some reason these places end up on these lists over and over again.
Yeah, definitely. Some standout qualities for sure.
Okay, so looking over this list, one thing jumps out at me.
What's that?
It's a lot of cities.
Yeah.
Florence, Rome, obviously, Venice,
Right. Milan.
even Naples snuck in there.
Yeah, Naples too. So what are you thinking? What's the question here?
Well, here's the question is, what is it about Italy's cities? What makes them so, I don't know, captivating? More so than other historical places.
That's a good question. I think it goes back to Italy's history. For centuries you had all these city-states, and these weren't just cities, they were powerhouses.
I mean, centers of art, culture, commerce, all that energy, that legacy, it's still there. It's
Yeah.
like woven into the very fabric of these cities.
So you walk down the street and you're walking through like layers of history.
Exactly. You really feel it.
Okay, well, let's talk about Florence then.
Sure. One of the greats.
For someone who, say, they've heard of the Renaissance, but maybe all they know is like the Da Vinci Code,
Right.
what made Florence the place to be back then? What set it apart?
Okay. So the Renaissance Florence is ruled by the Medici family.
Medici.
Yeah. Super wealthy, super powerful, and they really poured resources into the arts. They were patrons for some of the biggest artists of the time.
I see.
Michelangelo's David,
Sure.
Medici Commission, that kind of thing.
Ah.
So because of their influence, Florence becomes this incredible melting pot of creativity, attracting geniuses, right? Da Vinci, Botticelli, Donatello. I mean, the list goes on.
And their work is just all over the city.
It's everywhere, yeah. Okay, so we've got these, grand cities steeped in history and art. And then I'm looking down this top 10 list, and there's Cinque Terre, which I don't think is a city at all.
No, not at all. It's something completely different.
So what is it?
Okay, so Cinque Terre literally means 5 lands. It's these 5 incredibly picturesque villages, and they're built right into the cliffs on the Italian Riviera.
Wow.
And they're connected by these winding hiking paths, and the views are, you just can't even imagine.
Okay, paint a picture for me.
All right, so you've got these colorful houses clinging to these rugged cliffs, overlooking the Ligurian Sea. The water's this incredible blue. It's just a totally different kind of beauty.
It sounds breathtaking. And then this list also includes Pompeii, a city frozen in time, but by a tragedy.
Yeah, Pompeii's a fascinating place.
So what can we learn from Pompeii that we wouldn't get from other Roman ruins?
Well, I think the thing about Pompeii is it's a snapshot. It's like this glimpse into daily life in ancient Rome because it was buried so quickly by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, right? Everything was preserved.
Oh, wow.
So you've got homes, shops, artwork, even food. And archaeologists have learned so much from that. We know what kind of food they ate, what kind of games they played. There's even graffiti on the walls.
No way.
It's all there. It gives you this incredibly vivid picture of what life was like back then.
Amazing. Okay, and speaking of food, this list also includes Naples, and it's almost as famous for its history as it is for its pizza.
Ah, Naples. A classic.
So how does food, particularly something like pizza, I mean, how does that tie into the whole travel experience?
Well, food is a huge part of any culture, and especially in Italy. When you travel, you're not just seeing the sights. You're tasting them, you're experiencing the flavors. It's the traditions, the unique character of a region, it's expressed through its food. So Neapolitan pizza, for example, it's more than just food. It's a taste of history. Simple ingredients, fresh ingredients, cooked in a wood-fired oven, the way it's been done for centuries.
Okay, so we've really just scratched the surface here. This list is like the greatest hits, right? But it makes you wonder, what about the less obvious places?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What about those hidden gems waiting to be discovered?
That's the beauty of Italy. There's always something new to explore. Maybe it's a tiny village tucked away in the mountains, or a secluded beach, or even just a little trattoria, right, with the most amazing pasta you've ever tasted.
That's the perfect note to end on. I don't know about you, but I am feeling very inspired. Time to do some digging.
Me too. There's a whole world out there.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.